Sometimes the smallest things turn into a fight for our lives and the lives of our children. This is the story of how we fought our hardest to make things right, and why none of it should never have ever happened. My eldest daughter had a small injury, and the doctor in the hospital made a mistake and wrote down the wrong things. So they all thought she'd been purposely hurt when she wasn't. My partner at the time is my youngest daughter's father, and once DCJ got involved, the abuse got worse. Doctors, social workers, response teams, DCJ, and even the police stepped in. It was like a whirlwind, and both of my children were wrapped up in it. It was terrifying. I didn't realise the support I was going to need, and I had no idea what was going to come next. They took my children away, separating us all. I felt like I had no control. And in the end, I was told both my kids couldn't stay with me without supervision. My two girls were separated and they were each put with their different grandmothers, my mum who was Aboriginal and my abuser's mum who was not. DCJ said my abuser was also allowed to stay in that house and I could leave if I wanted. When DCJ gave him documents that said the same things as me, he became enraged, shouting and screaming. He was not physically violent before the kids were taken, but once the DCJ became involved, he was. They knew the situation was DV and they made everything so much worse. The placement of our child by DCJ made it even more unsafe. I couldn't stay there anymore. I knew the children were safe, he never touched them, but if I stayed, the trauma would never end. I tried everything to get my kids back. I pushed so hard, but DCJ wouldn't even do a restoration assessment of my case. The Children's Court Clinic also had no intention of looking over my case properly and repeatedly told the court lies about my situation. Even lawyers continuously couldn't help. It all seemed hopeless. After everything, my children were placed into the system, alone, separated from family, culture, friends, their mum, and even each other. I was left with nothing but these governmental conditions to follow. I felt like I had nothing, no say in our lives. I went through caseworker after caseworker trying to get my kids back. I even had the help of a psychologist. But one day someone actually sat down and listened. An incredible Aboriginal worker who completely had my back. They knew the removal was unjust. In the end, DCJ wouldn't budge. I was told my children would not come home to me and their family. My eldest daughter had also started going to the library and reading her own rights after school. My daughter was just as fed up. She always said she wanted to come home. The system was stealing her time to just be a child. One day she went to the library to find out about her rights. She returned home to me. She had managed to figure out that if she returned to me on her own after she turned 12, the system wouldn't take her away. After years of separation, we were finally reunited as a family. In the end, both of my children returned. But if only DCJ had listened and we had an actual support system from the beginning, none of this would have happened. Years of suffering and trauma could have been avoided. My children could have actually been children. I wish we had known all the rights at the time that we're denied.